Hi, my name is Paul Schultz.
And I'm Jennifer Schultz.
And we're a couple of beers. Stay with us because coming up next is a very special episode with a very special guest.
Today, we're going to be reviewing 4 non-alcoholic beers.
And it's all coming right up. Well, welcome back to A Couple of Beers. We're glad to have you with us. And this is a very special episode. Jennifer and I are visiting our daughter, Hannah, and her husband, Spencer. And Hannah is experiencing a medical condition, right?
Yep.
What is that medical condition?
I am pregnant.
She is very pregnant. How pregnant are you?
So 8 months pregnant.
8 months pregnant, my gosh. So the other thing is, Hannah is our brew buddy. So Hannah's been brewing with us for...
About 4 years, a little over.
Yeah?
2020.
And she is a lover of beer. She has thousands of beers untapped, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, do you miss beer?
Oh, yeah.
What about you, Edward? Edward, what's his screen time? So, because baby's coming, Edward is actually coming to live with us.
Look at Hannah's face. That one's definitely going to make the family album.
That's going to make for great content. Eddie's going to come and live with us, and I'm sure we'll feature it in future videos as well.
Yes, absolutely.
So, okay, so... Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a while since you've had a beer.
Mm-hmm.
You want to say anything about like a favorite style or something you might really miss?
Oh, IPAs for sure.
Yeah, IPAs are your favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's been a while since you've been able to enjoy a beer.
Mm-hmm.
And, okay, so today we're reviewing 3 non-alcoholic beers. Actually 4. But 3 of them are all from...
Untitled Art.
Untitled Art. And we're going to go through them. We actually have 2 IPAs for you. And a Pilsner.
Ooh.
Yeah. So before we get to that, we're all going to review them. Before we get to that, we're going to ask Hannah to tell you something about non-alcoholic brews.
Non-alcoholic beer has become increasingly popular recently, offering a refreshing option for those who want a taste of beer without the effects of alcohol. Here is what you need to know. Non-alcoholic beer is typically made by one of 2 methods. The first is called controlled fermentation. The brewer closely monitors the fermentation process to limit alcohol production. Some breweries use specific yeast strains that produce minimal alcohol. The second is alcohol removal. In this method, brewers create a standard beer and then remove the alcohol through vacuum distillation or reverse osmosis. These processes allow brewers to preserve much of the beer's flavor profile. Non-alcoholic beers are available in various styles, from lagers and IPAs to stouts and wheat beers. Many breweries are experimenting to bring the rich and diverse flavors of traditional beers into non-alcoholic options. Despite being labeled non-alcoholic, these beers can contain a very small amount of alcohol, usually 0.5% ABV. However, this is typically not enough to produce intoxication, which is why they're often considered safe for those avoiding alcohol. Health-conscious individuals, designated drivers, and those seeking moderation, like myself, have embraced non-alcoholic beer, attracted by its reduced calorie content, hydration benefits, and essential nutrients, including B vitamins and antioxidants. With demand continuing to rise, it will be fun to see what new products and styles of non-alcoholic beer will be available in the future.
Okay, so we're getting to our first brew. Jenny, tell us what we have for Hannah.
So we have an Italian-style Pilsner. It's from Untitled Art, and it is less than 0.5% alcohol.
Wow.
No non-alcoholic beer has no alcohol.
Okay.
It's impossible to get rid of all of it, but less than 0.5% is considered.
So less than like homemade like root beer.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's see what it looks like here. All right. You want to pour it out for us?
Absolutely. Are you ready, Hannah?
I'm ready.
Are you excited?
Beer in what?
Very
8
excited.
months. This isn't even an IPA.
I'm gonna be interested to see if it still tastes like a Pilsner. like a. Oh, the color is actually surprising, isn't it?
It has a head.
It does have a head.
Excited.
You can be a little more vigorous on yours there. Yeah, look at
All
that.
right, here we go.
Well, first of all, if we're going visually, it's not just got a head; it's persistent.
It's a great color.
It's maybe a little hazy,
Sure.
but
Looks like a
oh, it smells like
Smells
a
like
Oh my
Pilsner.
goodness.
toaster. There's like malt. I get cracker. I get hop on there. Do you get that?
We do.
Is your mouth like
It's
water?
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
All right, to baby.
The baby.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
That's crazy.
How does that make you feel?
Very excited.
Okay, so I definitely get I get malt feeling in the mouth. It's not super thin, I don't think.
No.
No, it's not. I get a nice citrus. note
Yeah, a
on
little
that.
bit. What are you thinking?
Thick, but not.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely mouth coating or mouthfeel, but I also get the thing that is my gripe with regular pilsners is a pilsner should kind of bite you on the back with some bitterness, and I get that.
Yeah, I get bitterness.
And there's a
Sure.
nice citrusy on the tip of the tongue too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. So we're going to go ahead and review 2 more from Untitled Art, but then we
Yes.
have something else for you.
Mm.
So we're going to get there and see what you think. But I'm actually going to drink the rest of this, and this surprised me.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna drink the rest of it. Sure.
So I think NA beers are going to be really thin and flavorless. This is not what this is.
Surprisingly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, look at the lacing on my glass.
That's a malt characteristic.
That's
Yeah.
an
You
NA
could
beer.
fool anyone with this.
Yeah,
That's
you could.
amazing. Yeah,
Yeah, you
are we gonna score it?
Yeah, I think so. Do you want to score it with us?
Sure. What's it out of?
Oh, you'll see.
We'll
We'll
help
help
you.
you. We'll help
Okay.
you. By the time they see this, they'll be like, "Oh, she knew what she was doing." All right, here's the score. Okay, so you like the Pilsner,
I did.
okay? And it was better than I think any of us expected. I didn't expect it to be that good.
If I had been served that, I would not have guessed it was non-alcoholic.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that, actually. So, Untitled Art, I mean, that's 1 for 1 for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're an IPA lover.
I am.
This is an East Coast Juicy IPA.
Ooh.
Non-alcoholic and again, less than 0.5%, so
Nothing.
nothing, right? Okay, especially when you're splitting it 3 ways. All right, well, let's see how it looks. Oh, look at that color.
Again with the head.
Yeah,
Beautiful, actually. And it's tasty.
look at
for
that.
sure.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
Look at that head. That's impressive.
That
It's
is,
beautiful.
oh, and haze for days.
Look at that retention. Look at that open glass. Look at that.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
yeah. Rocky Head, almost soapy looking. Look at that.
Yeah.
Isn't that
With
something?
the different sized bubbles.
You
Yeah.
smell that?
Garlic pretzels.
Are you serious? Garlic pretzels is what it smells like to you?
Not cheese?
No.
I mean, I could see where she's saying because there's a cracker note there in the malt. And then something.
You always
Oh,
get
maybe like a grapefruity.
Okay.
You always get the most interesting smells.
She does. I forget what we were drinking once, and she
Always.
looked at us and goes, "Jesus!" And we were like, "What?"
What?
And then we go back and we're
I
like,
always smell Cheez-Its.
"Oh, that was all I could smell." Speaking of which, you guys ready?
Yep.
I think so.
Okay. Here we go. Here's to Daddy.
Okay.
Okay.
A little bit smoother, not as throat stabby as you would
Okay.
expect an IPA, I think.
It didn't kick you in the
No.
didn't kick you in the throat.
Now,
It's still good though.
yeah, and now maybe for me, where the Pilsner, I didn't miss the alcohol.
Mm-hmm. I miss the
I do miss
alcohol
it in the
this one.
IPA.
I do.
I think this one's a little
I do.
bit more watery, maybe.
Mhm.
Yeah, Yeah, I don't think
It's
in
thin.
terms of being thin.
No,
But
no.
in terms of
Taste,
yeah,
for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Taste wise, it's a little thin for me.
Hmm.
But it's
But
got
having said
a lot
that,
of
could you not
nice-
just crush that?
It's got a lot of nice characteristics in it.
Here's a question for the Preggers. Better than nothing?
Definitely better than that.
Does that hit like taste notes that you haven't been able to enjoy for a while? Okay.
For sure.
So, you know, you want to be careful, and she has been. She's been wonderful and taken very
Oh,
good
she's
care of
such a
herself
good-
during her pregnancy.
Good mommy.
And so you want to be thoughtful about those things, but it's nice to know that, you know, maybe you don't have to go completely without, that one every once in a while
Oh yeah.
is a nice way to go. Okay, you think you know how you want to score it?
Oh yeah. I
Or
think
we're
so.
going to score it the same way we did the last one? Cool.
Perfect.
Okay, here we go. Okay, we're now on to our third brew from Untitled Art.
Have fun.
Oh yeah.
Was it worth it?
Very much so.
Now you're just looking forward to sitting down and having like...
An actual.
Yeah. Okay.
One probably.
Well, so Hannah's going to tell us about our last brew.
This last one is a West Coast IPA
Right?
from Untitled Arts,
Yeah.
and it is also less than 0.5%.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And this one's 90 calories.
I'm excited.
Let's see.
I'm excited to see how this compares to the.
Orangey color.
Oh my goodness, I like the color. What
Oh, nice.
surprises me
Good pours.
is the head on each of these beers.
Yeah, that surprises me too.
Yeah.
It's been thick and consistent,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it helps get all the smells up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The head is also rocky for this one.
It is.
And the color
Some larger bubbles and
is
stuff.
murky, but not
Like
as
that.
a little bit darker than the last one.
It's not very clear,
No,
but
but
it's
Grapefruit.
okay.
yeah, grapefruit, maybe a little
Yeah, I get that.
piney or resinous.
A little more earthy.
Definitely a West Coast.
A little more
Yeah.
earthy than the easy. This is
To
to
mommy.
This one's mine. Come on, to mommy. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I'm
That's a
surprised.
yeah.
What surprises you?
The back taste, I think.
Tell us what you think.
It definitely stabs you in the throat a little bit more.
Okay, so a little more aggressive
Than
hops.
the easy.
Yeah.
I love that. It stabs you in the throat. That's great. So a little
That's
hoppier, a
honest.
little more hop forward.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little more going on in this one. It's not as
Citrusy,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a little
Yeah.
more piney.
Yeah, I think both of those.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little pithy.
A little, yeah.
There's only one, and to be honest, the aftertaste I'm left with reminds me. I feel like I've been drinking an
And
IPA.
I know. It's wild.
Here's the thing, and again, I can apply it to the last two. I miss the alcohol. There's enough IPA
Yeah.
taste,
Yeah.
and the only thing that's missing for me is the alcohol. But if we're reviewing this as non-alcoholic beer, this is some of the best I think I've ever had.
I
It makes-
agree.
It makes you realize how much you taste the alcohol.
Yeah.
When you're drinking a beer.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
I don't think about that when I'm
Or
drinking a beer.
feel
I
the
don't
alcohol.
feel
rather
it.
than
I don't taste it
Yeah.
until you have a non-alcoholic one.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I think it's my favorite of the three.
Is it really?
Is it?
I think so.
Okay.
Leaves
Nice.
a little bland on the side of the tongue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not hateful.
Yeah. No, not at all. Not at all.
Worth it.
And especially since you haven't been able to enjoy those flavors for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We all know how we're gonna rate it.
Yep, I'm ready.
All right. Here we go. Okay, so in our review of non-alcoholic beers, we have our last entry, which is actually a homebrew of ours.
We made it for Anna.
Yes, and for baby.
And for baby.
And so this is, what is this, Jen?
This is beans, butterscotch, blonde, bean.
Yeah, so it's
That's
a
all right.
Yeah.
Such a long word. Such a long
Hannah's our bean, and now she's having her own bean, and this has coffee beans. So that's how it worked out.
Beans to the fifth.
Yeah, and it's actually got a butterscotch grog, Highland grog.
Highlander grog
Right.
is what we use.
Yeah.
We used in this beer, so it's
Yeah.
got. That's where the butterscotch comes from.
And alcohol percent comparable to what we've seen. What's interesting is when we made this, there's really some struggle about how to remove alcohol from beer.
It's not easy.
Well, so what we did was we avoided putting it there in the first place. So our mash was done cold. So we really didn't extract. We were extracting some flavors, but not a lot of sugars that could be fermented.
Yeah.
And so by the time we were done, this had
Basically, just reversed how we did it.
Now you've had this before, but we thought we'd review it against the others and see just where it falls.
So you can compare it.
Okay, Jenny, let's see. And I think actually,
What would you classify this as? A coffee?
maybe a cream ale, coffee cream ale, maybe. And let's see how the pour vigorously. Yeah, let's see. Okay, not as much head as we've been used to seeing.
Right. Smell it from here.
Can you?
It smells.
It's carbonated. It doesn't have much of a head.
Some bubbles.
Some bubbles. I would say it looks pretty spritzy. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of carbonation release.
I've had this before, and I think it's delicious. As
Okay.
far as non-alcoholic beer goes, you gotta drink non-alcoholic. This is.
I understand what you're saying, but to me, any of the first three we had were.
Oh, I agree.
They were pretty good.
Yeah.
They were all good.
All right.
I've been
Well,
impressed.
I definitely get the coffee.
For sure.
Oh, the butterscotch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like butterscotch.
It does. That's a great descriptor. That color is almost dead on butterscotch. And you won't be able to see it very well on camera, but yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. Okay, and I was surprised too that without any alcohol, I mean, it seemed to be preserved fine. When did we make this? 6 months ago? Not quite.
Just about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And you can still see the lacing on the. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree. I see what you're saying.
Well, and I feel like the longer it's been 6 months, I think the flavors are going to be even better than they were when we first brewed it.
Yeah, might be. There's a point where that's not going to fly anymore.
Let's
This
hope
is, I
for
think
this
this is the
one.
last bottle of this, I think. We bought some to your house. Is it gone?
Oh yeah, it's all. I enjoyed that.
Okay, cool. All right, well let's get into it. So we've toasted to baby and daddy and mama. How about to family?
To family.
Coffee,
Butterscotch.
creamy.
Right there on the back.
Yeah,
Coffee. Yeah.
but very thin-bodied.
Agree. It's thin-bodied.
Very
I don't think that's
thin-bodied.
necessarily a bad thing though.
Okay.
Imagine this with some alcohol.
Do you have any sense of beer in this though? Yeah, right. Do you have any sense of beer in this though?
As far as the flavor,
Mm-hmm.
a little
A
bit.
little bit, yeah.
I don't get a whole lot, but
It's
It's there though.
It's almost like a tea.
Yeah.
no, it's not almost like a tea.
It
That's
is a
in
tea.
fact that's a great way of describing. Except that we made the tea cold.
Yeah.
You know, if you think about a mash, but we just did the cold mash, so we didn't extract much of anything.
Yeah.
And whatever sugars we did extract got spent up in what little carbonation that.
Right.
So for us, because we don't force carbonate our homebrew, it bottle conditions.
Mm-hmm.
That's another reason why there is not much head, because
Because bottle.
there was just no sugar in it.
Yeah.
Therefore,
Yep.
no alcohol. Right?
Right.
Yeah. So I think that's all part of it. I think I probably could drink this in the morning.
Oh, I think so too. My
Yeah?
breakfast.
Okay.
Breakfast.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to give it a score?
Sure.
I think so.
All right. Here we go. Well, thank you for joining us for a couple of beers, and thank you for joining us for a
Yeah,
couple
of
of
course.
This has been
beers. It
fun.
was a lot of fun, and we're very blessed in our family relationships with our extended family, with our children. And so Hannah and Spencer invite us to dinner a couple times a month, and we're always glad to come over.
We look forward to it.
And so we appreciate that so much. And we're looking forward to baby's upcoming arrival. It's going to be wonderful.
Soon.
That reminds me, after we get off the camera, you're going to need to tell me what beer you want us to brew for you after baby comes.
Ooh, I can do that.
Real hard.
That's right. Well, we had a good time, and I really enjoyed the beers that we tried,
I just
Yeah.
particularly the ones from Untitled Art.
Yeah,
I was surprised.
I thought they were good. I was
that Pilsner.
impressed.
Wow. Yeah, I agree. I think of all of them,
Really.
that one would have fooled me almost.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. Well, we've got a lot coming up. Jenny, tell us what's coming up in our next episode.
Well, in our next episode, we're going to be doing our St. Nicholas beer review.
Yeah, see, the thing is, next Friday is St. Nicholas Feast Day.
Yes.
The Feast of St. Nicholas.
Yeah.
And you may not know this, but St. Nicholas is the patron saint of brewers.
How appropriate.
Ooh.
So we're going to review some St. Nicholas brews.
I think that's perfect.
Yeah. And we'll look forward to having you again sometime.
Hopefully we can have some actual beers.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
can't wait.
And we're looking forward to having you again for a couple of beers. But until then, may your beers be cold.
And your beds be warm.
Cheers.
Thank